Hey everybody, what's good? Hey you.
Yo,
How you
what's up,
doing,
crew?
Jagger Lane? We've got Jagger Lane tonight. What's up? 801
Not
Ring
as I.
Talk?
So I
Not
kind
what?
of double. I said I kind of double booked this because I was supposed to do some other thing too, and I had to cancel that for this.
Oh no. Was it really cool? Was it something that
It's
you're
all
really
good. Don't worry about it. I got
Okay,
it
okay.
covered. I
Um
tend to double book myself a lot.
yeah, that seems to happen sometimes, huh? I hate that. You can't be two people at once, or can you? Do you have those
No.
powers? Oh, dang. Well, we've got Mr. Crow Promotions here, myself, Meduzzi, and Jagger Lane tonight. What's good, everybody? Are we having a good time or what?
Always,
We just
always
started
having a
this
good
up,
time.
right? Right? Cool. And we have a young crowd with us too. I'll watch my language. And Jagger Lane, the reason why I'm so excited is I want to know your story. You were kind of telling us a few things when we met. Then really exciting. Um, I just want to start out. Let's start out with the beginning, okay? And I have some pictures, so if you want me to put any of them up, just tell me which ones. Um, but I'm just gonna kind of put this picture up real quick. I don't know if we can see. Oh, I need to do. Never mind. Keep talking. You just keep telling me. Tell me about your beginning.
Okay, so I started in 1999 at a pro wrestling school with the trainer called Steve Gatorwolf. He was actually in WWE way back in the day when it was in WWF before they changed it to WWE. And I also got trained with a guy named the Volcano Kid, which was James Iona. He actually wrestled in WCW. And then from there, I traveled to Mexico, worked some shows with some names of some pictures that the guys that I sent you. Also, I worked with Hulk Hogan's Micro Championship Wrestling, traveled the world with them for about 4.5 years as Hogan was my boss, worked with every midget promotion in the state of Utah and out of the state of Utah. So I was traveling nonstop with them. And then also working with Pat Tanaka, which not many people know Pat Tanaka. But if you follow the Oregon Express, me and Pat Tanaka were really good friends. First ever pro wrestling show that I was ever on was with Mike Knox, which is now in the NWA, which he used to be ECW and WWE. My first ever show that I got to work on a show with was with John Cena, and I didn't even know he was John Cena. That's the crazy part.
What?
But
What year
yeah,
was this?
this was in 1999.
Damn, so
Wow.
was he
So
going
he was
by as the
actually the
prototype then?
prototype, and he was
I
actually coming on board to go work for WWE. I had no idea who he was. I thought this other guy named
He was actually
um, Steve, which is Navajo Warrior, but I thought Nav was like way bigger and way popular than he was. So I was following Nav, but I had no idea who Prototype was. And so come to find out, Prototype was John Cena. And I missed my
cool.
chance with John Cena.
Oh, that's crazy. What was he like?
He was chill. Like I got to train with him. I got to run over some drills with him and everything like that. An amazing guy. One of the top line people that I definitely, if anybody ever got the experience to work with, yeah, definitely you would love that. There's not that many rookies around anymore to actually tell you that story, besides a few. And the ones that are still around, they know the story from way back when. But the people that don't know the story, they don't know that a lot of people like me paved the way for pro wrestling in Utah. A lot of people are not going to buy it, but the sad thing is, I have proof to prove that I paved the way for people in Utah to have pro wrestling in Utah because it was me, Nick Hardy, Jamin Chimiki, Chris Brick Alexander, Michelle Morgan, you know, and so many other people. My best friend, which was TK Owens, Ricky Riddlin, so many people that we built this. So now there's pro wrestling in Utah. Because before there was STF, there was ACW, which was, you know, a promotion. There was AXW. There was, you know, LLW. There was so many different promotions in Utah that I've worked for besides these two lucha promotions that are in Utah right now.
So this is STF right here. I'm just putting a picture of. This is the current.
This is the current company I work for.
Yes, and we're all part of the team now too.
I'm very glad to have you guys on the team. But not many people know, like, because with pro wrestling, no matter what, people are going to have their egos. People are going to honestly think that they're better than anybody else. In this business, the moment you lose your ego is the moment you're going to pave the way and have respect for everyone else. Because what most people don't understand, it doesn't matter what part of that card you're on. If you make it on that card, you get to entertain that crowd. You don't make it on that card, you're still a part of the show no matter what. So it doesn't matter if you're ring crew, it doesn't matter if you're a ref, it doesn't matter what you are. As long as you're there helping, you're supporting the business and you're actually giving a damn about this business. Because for people that started from when I started, they're lucky enough to even have the opportunity. Because when I started, you wouldn't even have the opportunity to even hop in the ring. You were outside in mats and you were working on the floor, training nonstop. And the moment that you got in the ring was only for 2 drills, whether it was to bump or run the ropes. You weren't allowed to do anything else until the trainer felt ready that you were ready to move on.
How long did that take? Most of the time?
That took almost 6 months. I learned so much from Steve that it was insane. Like, I was traveling with him and I was back and forth in his office, but a lot of people don't know is the main reason how I started pro wrestling was my dad gave up every single last thing that he had and lost his house. Well, I was a no good drug addict. And I literally went to rehab and became a pro wrestler and have cleaned up my act and been clean for over, you're going to shit bricks.
Is this you during that time?
Yeah, that is me when I first started pro wrestling.
Damn.
So go on.
But the crazy thing is, I've been clean for 25 years.
Damn.
Awesome, dude.
That's
and I
awesome.
could pass any drug test in the Knicks. And I don't even drink.
Wow. That's cool. Like, I don't drink either.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's a big accomplishment. I've
cool.
got 6 years clean off of methamphetamine.
So yeah, many people don't understand that, you know, you have to earn your respect in this business. A lot of people, like nowadays, they can just hop in the ring, go to a school, and they can literally just walk in the building and be like, hey, I was trained by this guy. And they'll be like, oh, you were trained by, you know, such and such. And they'll throw him in the ring. Come to find out, the rookie doesn't know shit. And you pretty much squash him and he gets hurt. A lot of these people bitch and complain that these guys don't go to training, these guys don't do this, these guys don't do that. But the crazy thing is, all these people that are nitpicking everybody else, they should be focusing on their life and their career and how they're going to move forward and what's going to go with them to pave the way so they can make a future in this business for them. Because I earn my respect in this business that I've got to work for every single company in Utah. We're talking, I was one of the first people that actually worked Devotion Championship Wrestling when Devotion Championship Wrestling was actually Devotion Championship Wrestling and still is Devotion Championship Wrestling. The crazy thing is, My buddy Anunnaki is the guy that created it.
Okay. And Anunnaki, tell us about
He's a good
him.
friend of mine.
Do you have a picture of him that you sent me at all? No.
I didn't send you a picture of him, but he actually goes by Willow Hollow on Facebook.
Okay.
So
Willow
definitely a
Hollow.
good guy to definitely interview. I mean, I have mad respect for him. This guy literally changed the pro wrestling world on his own path. But that's another story for another time. But like I've worked with so many other companies in the state of Utah and out of the state of Utah that I've literally made my own path for my own legacy in this business.
So tell us what makes you stand out on your path.
So
What
what
makes you
makes me
unique?
different from everyone else on that standout is I'm humble, I'm real, I actually give a damn about the fans. I'm not going to sit here and BS you. I'm actually going to commit to the fans and talk to the fans and tell them thank you for coming to the show, appreciating every last bit, messaging them back, showing them that I care. I'm not just going to ask them for their money to come to a show. They sit here and pay what 20-30 bucks to come to a show when they're working their ass off just to come see me wrestle or somebody else to wrestle, and all in reality nobody gives a fuck about them. No, that's not how you treat your fans, because if you want your fans to come back, you got to give them that respect and show them that there's a bond there. If they're sick, you got to reach out to them and be like, I hope you feel better. If they're going through a rough time, reach out to them and show them that you give a damn, because they're the ones that made you. You're not the one that made yourself. You came up with your name, you came up with your gimmick. But if it wasn't for them, there wouldn't be no Jagger Lane. There wouldn't be anybody else. All we'd be is a bunch of little guys wrestling back and forth, being like, oh, wow. Have you ever witnessed when you go to a show that I don't even have to try to react the crowd reacts to me?
Absolutely.
Now, have you witnessed on other matches, the crowd does not even react to other people in the audience? I mean, in the show performing.
I don't know.
Have you noticed the opposite?
I have noticed with other wrestlers that they
Other
have to.
wrestlers, other promotions, absolutely.
Yeah.
And the reason because of that is because a lot of these people don't give the chance to actually see them. If I saw you at a store, I would BS with you. I wouldn't turn around and sit here and be like, oh, why is this person a fan? You're not my fan. The fuck if. Why would I call you a fan? You're my family. You're my friend. You're my blood. You're the same thing that I am, a human being going through something on a daily basis like I am. The only difference between me and you is I'm entertaining you to get your mind off things. And what you're doing for me is you're making me know that I feel better inside, that I made all your worries go away. And you made me feel better inside to take all my pain away.
I love that. It's like a duality.
Like I
And it's
said,
like fans are your
I'm
fuel.
not like any other pro wrestler in this world. I mean, if I quit tomorrow, I've accomplished everything that I ever succeeded for. Everything I have. If I don't quit, it's because I'm living the life and I'm enjoying everything. I'm 41 years old and I'm appreciating this business for what it is. I don't care if I'm on the bottom of the card and I don't care if I'm on the top of the card. But for some odd reason, they reach out to me to come and have me work for their promotion. Why? I don't know. There's always somebody better than me or somebody always better than somebody else. But no matter what, it's a respect value. And how you treat everybody in this business is how you're going to be treated. There's a lot of people in this business that won't treat you with respect. When you guys were doing your interview, I want to know straight up how many of the workers, which they're going to say the wrestlers, but the weird fucked up thing is, if you've been in this business as long as I have, you're a worker. A worker is a person that is a pro wrestler that has busted their ass in this business every single opportunity they've had. A wrestler is a person that just plays little pretend scraps.
Mm.
And like I told you straight out, how many of these people came up to you to have the opportunity to say, hey, I want an interview, I want to do this, when you offered them that chance? Not many came up to you.
Nemesis. Nemesis
Not
came
many
in.
came up to you and gave you that
And
opportunity.
Billy. Billy and Nemesis. Those were the two. And then I have a recent wrestler by the name of, let me find him here. Dennis Marshall. Do you know him?
I know
He's,
Dennis really well. He's
he's
Gage.
excited.
Dennis
Oh,
is actually
oh,
the guy which is Nemesis.
oh,
Yeah.
that's Gage. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
That is
Okay.
Gage. I've known Gage for a while as well. He started in AXW years ago when we
Mhm.
first started AXW, when it was in Club 90, when we were wrestling shows with a guy called Concussion. We actually did the first ever JCW in Utah ever in history.
What?
Yeah.
What? Are you
Hell yeah.
fucking serious? Sorry, you
Yeah.
go.
No,
I
I'm not.
I
What?
remember
You're not
seeing
serious?
Concussion in like
I'm being
ACW.
serious blunt. I have proof of everything that I've ever fucking done, and I have it in a book. And that book has everything. Like I said, Gage, I have much respect for that man. That dude took a whooping back in the day in AXW and literally did everything that he could to make that platform. Now,
Mm,
seeing my brother again in this business for a long ass time that I haven't seen him, I have mad respect for him. So whether me and him see tide to high or we're literally fighting back and forth, at the end of the day, I still have respect for that man
that's
because
dope.
no matter what, he's my brother. He's the
That's dope.
one that literally stuck there through thick and thin with me. And we actually drove all the way to Denver, Colorado and got booked on a show on our own when they had another show booked that we got offered to go to with so many top names, and we ended up going our own separate way and doing Denver.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, we could
Yeah.
have been on a show with Tommy Dreamer and some other people, but we chose to go to Colorado and make our own path and be our own people.
Yeah.
That's sick. That's cool. And Billy's a badass. Like in the interview with Nemesis, he's cool. He's a cool dude. He's
I don't even know
definitely.
who Billy is. I still want to know who Billy is. Every time I'm in the
Oh,
back,
I'm sorry, not Billy.
this guy always has the mask on, and he's like,
Not
"I'm
Billy.
Billy," and I'm
Billy
like,
was
"Who the hell's
pissed off at
Billy?"
Gage. Billy is Gage's nemesis. Like
Oh,
he doesn't like him at all. Sorry, I didn't mean to. He hates him. He hates Gage. And so I just mixed him up. Sorry about that. But anyways,
even if I
Gage is
knew
pretty
who Billy
badass.
was, I still wouldn't blow his character on this
Yeah, yeah, I don't
sad
know who.
respect.
I'm trying to remember exactly, but anyways, yeah, Nemesis is pretty badass. So
Nemesis is badass.
they're
Even though they
badass.
did beat me up, I still have respect for them.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So,
At the end of the
um,
day, you just appreciate life for what it's worth,
and
no
we
matter
will be
what.
interviewing Gage from Nemesis soon. I'm talking to him about it a little bit. It was earlier today, and Gage is definitely an amazing person from what I've found so far. So
Oh, definitely one of the greatest humble people you'll ever meet in this business. He actually goes out of his way to actually care. He's one of the people that I give respect to in this business.
that's
Oh, yeah.
cool. That's hella cool talking to you, like, and getting to know who you are more, and how much respect and experience you have in the scene, and it's pretty honorable.
Well, there's people that come in this business, like I said before, and they don't even get the actual respect. They think, oh, this guy's been here for what, 3 months? And they don't realize that I've been here even longer than them. But what do I have to prove, honestly? What do I have to show off my credentials for? I don't. I'm not going to be any better than you or anybody else. I'm going to go out there, I'm going to perform, I'm going to give that crowd one hell of a show, and I'm going to show that crowd exactly who I am. And I learned everything that I could from my best friend that I love and admire more than anything in this world, which is Little Nasty Boy. And my buddy that I love so much and dearly and have much respect for. He was actually Little Batista in in WWE.
Oh wow.
But I actually met him on Extreme Midget Wrestling, and he was the one that brought me into the midget world of the pro
That
wrestling
is
midget world.
so cool.
And that literally changed my life, where I was traveling with Extreme, I was traveling with every other midget company out there, to the moment I was working with Hulk Hogan's Micro Championship Wrestling, a dream of mine to actually do. And I actually accomplished it.
That's awesome.
That's cool. Did you tour like across the US or?
I toured quite a bit with Extreme, and I toured quite a bit with Hulk Hogan's Micro Championship Wrestling.
That's so sick. So what was it like with Hulk? Like, what was he like?
It was pretty interesting. Like, I got to meet the guy, and he actually cares about everyone else like no other, like the most humble gentleman you'll ever meet in your life. And I mean, like I said, there's more photos that I wanted to send you just so you could post. And I mean, if I would have known sooner, I definitely would have done it. But I mean, he is one of the most humble people on this earth. He actually looks out for workers, gives you advice, actually cares about you, and wants to better you and help you. Just like Little Nasty Boy will, which is my good friend from Extreme Midget Wrestling. And then
Nice.
also, you know, everybody else out there that I've actually got to work with, like Pat Tanaka and James Iona, God rest his soul. But everyone out there, they literally paved the way to make me who I was, and to actually appreciate the business for what it is. Not to sit in here and think that I'm better than anybody else, or think that I actually have something. Like I said, if I never make it to WWE, who gives a shit? I'm happy doing what I love, because at the end of the day, I get to meet real people that actually give a damn. Those people, they don't care about you, because you go actually get to meet one of those top names, they'll be like, "Who the fuck are you? Why the fuck do you want a picture? What are you?" Yeah, us, we're out of we're literally going out of our way to take a picture with you, to get to know you, to spend time with you, to literally do anything that we can to show you that you're our friend. And that's
That's
what a
so
true pro
cool.
wrestler does.
And that's what's cool about seeing the local events, opposed to like going to the Delta Center and you're just a
Well,
little ant in the
let me
farm.
catch you on that local event thing, because not every local pro wrestler will go out of his way.
Yeah, I've seen that. You try to approach them and they're like, "I'm out of here."
Yeah.
And you get that in any form of entertainment. Like I do a lot of concerts and stuff like that. Some of the headliners will be like that. Kind of translates the same.
Yeah, they hide out. They don't talk to their fans. Like, that's
Yeah.
huge. That's important.
I call that being on your superstar shit. And And I don't know, as a promoter, like I prefer the artists that want to come out and associate with everybody. You know, showing love to your fans,
Bring me
that's
a
huge.
tray. I need to eat.
Like as a
Just some
fan of music,
potatoes.
a fan of wrestling, of anything, you know, those people that stop and, you know, show love to you, like that makes me want to spend more money on them, you know, show up again, fucking keep supporting, you know.
But look at it straight out. If it wasn't for people like you and people like me, there wouldn't be no Roman Reigns. There wouldn't be no Rock. There wouldn't be no Hulk Hogan. There wouldn't be
Mhm.
shit.
That's the
They'd be a
universe.
local independent wrestler just like me
Yep,
trying to make it.
yep, absolutely.
So I have
Now,
a
the ones that
question for
actually
you.
care,
Yeah,
what's up?
I have a question for you, and I didn't mean to cut you off. Um, if you could, like, what dreams do you have though? And you're happy, you're satisfied now. You're really that's amazing to hear. But if you could accomplish something, what would it be?
If I could accomplish anything, I would literally love to do what I do right now, and that's make children happy. Not many people know this about me, Kay. And I'm gonna break this out on your stream only for right now. I mean, people know a little bit, but they
Tell
don't know the
us.
whole detail.
Tell us.
So, my son is fighting a rare disease called Dravet syndrome. At any point in his life, he could pass away. He only has until the age of 12 years old. Now, I work with the foundation that's called the Mascots of Miracles, which I'm actually their champion for the promotion, which is this belt right here. Let's see if I can bring it in this shot.
Angle. Oh
Right
wow. That's so
now,
cool.
this belt goes to every one of their events, which is an event that I was supposed to be at tonight. But the only reason why I couldn't make it to that event is because my son is sick right now. I'm not feeling the best. But, in all reality, this belt goes to every event. These kids are fighting for their life every single day to the point where they don't even know if they're promised tomorrow.
Oh.
Now, after having my son, my whole life changed to actually appreciate life to what it is and to know that I can make an impact on these kids' lives and see a difference is going to be a huge change. Now, I did a private event with some friends of mine from Dive Pro Wrestling, and I'm thankful for every one of the workers that worked that show. And I'm thankful for everyone that helped with that show, which is my good friend Jeremy that actually helped put that show together as well. I can't thank them enough for what they did. But these kids, let's put it this way, they were to the point where they didn't know if they were actually worthy enough or had the courage to do what they could do. Now, after that event, we've literally changed 30 kids' lives where they're actually getting up and crawling out of bed knowing that they have a tomorrow, that they can
Wow.
literally accomplish anything. There's a little girl that has cancer, and she literally is almost beat it.
What? Oh my, I'm getting chills. That is so cool.
Like
That's
I said,
amazing.
I do
And
things for what it's worth. I don't do it for
ha-
me.
I have a question for your son. Does he have tomorrow?
In all reality, I can't answer that question because that answer is not
So is there a
given to me.
cure?
No.
I'm sorry.
So he'll be short the rest of his life and literally stay almost like a dwarf, but he has a rare disease called Dravet syndrome, which could kill him at any time. And like I said, not many people know of this. I'm dropping it down on your show only because I offer to be me and tell you everything that, you know, a lot of people don't know. Even Darren had no idea about this
Wow.
until somebody reached out to him and told him. That's why when somebody meets me at a show, I literally look out for them and I tell them that I'm thankful for them coming to the show. I appreciate everything. Now, when I was supposed to do the interview with you, I literally was so busy that I got sidetracked. But the crazy thing is, I still came back and I apologized to you and your team and then offered to do this.
Which is, I think this is honestly, we get more one on one. It's like the interviews at the events are more like pre-show, like what's happening tonight. This is more of a personal interview, and I appreciate you sharing this.
Well,
I
thank
really
you.
do. This can't be easy, but the way you've turned it around and created hope for other children, that's incredible. That is
No, like I
incredible.
said, it's an amazing
Amazing.
moment. Like, you literally can change somebody's life just knowing that you made a difference in their life. And it doesn't matter. People don't realize that on a daily basis. And the moment that they do, they'll realize that their lives matter as well. Because with you changing somebody else's life, you're literally changing your life. Because at the end of the day, nobody's going to tell you straight up how they feel. You can sit here and all day you can be like, "How are you doing?" Are they going to honestly tell you the fucking truth? No, they're not. They're going to sit here and lie to you. Now, if you ask me how I was doing, I tell you the damn truth because I'm going to be as real as it can be. I'm not going to sit here and sugarcoat it. I'm not going to be fake. Like I said, if tomorrow's my last day, I'm thankful for every last thing that God gave me. And I'm thankful for every opportunity to meet the people that I did meet and actually know where I was. Because at the end of the day, I made a history that's never going to be repeated. I made an impact on somebody's life. Because at the end of the day, I can't bring the memories that you gave me in life back. And nobody else can give me that.
That's amazing. I I'm so glad we're doing this interview and you're sharing everything that is the real. And that is what, like, 801 Ring Talk is brought to you by Zoetic Promotions. And Zoetic means realness pertaining to life. So you brought that realness in. I appreciate you so much.
You're
This
welcome.
is dope. You are a really good person, and
Yeah.
your matches are for a purpose. Your matches have a deeper meaning, and it now I'm a bigger fan. And
Yeah,
your
no,
talents, like, damn, you are talented. I love some of these kicks, these flying kicks that you can do. And tell us a little, like, not to change the subject, but tell us a little bit about your moves and your skills and
So
what you've
before I get
accomplished.
to that, I'm going to tell you now, there's a lot of talented people out there, a lot more talented than I am. But the people that do respect my talent and ability of what I can do, and they love the way I perform, I am very thankful that I can entertain that crowd. So I literally love the stuff that I do, but I love drop kicks. I'm obsessed with
Yeah.
like Bam Margera. So when he talks about drop kicks, I'm fucking making sure that I do a drop kick. I'm
that's the
obsessed with
one thing
Mr.
that I
Perfect.
remember the most in
So
your
that little
match.
neck breaker that you saw at the show, if
Uh
you
huh.
go back in the day, when you look at Kurt Hennig when he was Mr. Perfect, that's a tribute to him because I looked up to that guy. You'll
Dope.
see
That's
little
dope.
things that I do that I looked up to certain wrestlers to actually do.
Hmm. That's
I
cool.
pay
So,
tribute for their respect.
your top four that you pay tribute to, who would that be?
My top 4 that I pay tribute to,
Mm-hmm.
one would have to be to my trainer, which is Steve Gator Wolf. The second one would be Mr. Perfect because I absolutely love the way Kurt Hennig actually performed in and out of that ring no matter what. He was one of the top athletes. Um, Owen Hart, I mean, if you watch the way I bump, it's literally solid to the point where Owen Hart would always care about the way that everything was to the moment that it was a T, like the selling, the timing, um, the momentum, the feeling of the crowd to actually get up and actually see when it was time to actually go for the next spot. And not many people know that, but if they go back and look at Owen Hart's stuff, they'll see that little secret that was there.
So I'll have to go back and look at this.
Now, the last one is going to blow your mind. Because the last one, like I said, I'm as real as it can be, and I give a shit about everyone in this business. So the last one is to everyone that literally pays respect in that ring and can bump like a motherfucker. Because without them, there's no me and there's no them.
That just blew my mind. I'm freaking out. What about you, Seth?
Yeah, absolutely. No, I agree with
Keep the
that.
hat on. It's gonna
Good
fall
talk.
off.
I mean, I honestly don't think what most people thought. They probably thought I was going to come in here and talk about how I'm better than this person or better than that person and all this other BS shit. Fuck that. I'm going to be as real as it can be, and I'm going to tell you exactly that I'm here for everyone and everyone's here for me. Because without them, there's no me.
That's beautiful. And I love the fact that you're not macho and arrogant and egotistical and just like, oh, I'm the best,
No,
I think
fuck
that's
that.
cool.
Nobody's the
Some
best.
some
At the
people
end of
have
the day,
said,
you're still learning. You're still
I heard,
learning at the end of the day. You're learning
mhm,
every single thing. The moment that you stop learning in this business is the moment that your ego is so big that you think that you're better than everybody else. And the moment you're like that, you can get the fuck out of here because no one's going to book you. No one's going to give a damn about you. You're going to think you're God's gift. You're not.
if you don't work with the team, you don't really work, right?
Yeah.
I've heard people say that one of the most important things as a wrestler is to have a big ego to really to move forward.
No,
And you disagree.
I disagree.
This is really good to know.
I literally stand my grounds for anybody. I mean, let's put it this way. If there's a wrestler that wants to beat up a fan, you honestly think I'm going to choose that wrestler side or I'm going to choose the fan side? I'm going to choose that fan side because at the end of the day, that fan cares about us, not about any other wrestler. He cares about us. He cares about the whole show. He cares about what's going on. He cares about how we entertained him. He cares about what we're going to do to get his mind off of things. Every wrestler is replaceable. But literally, are you going to replace a fan? That fan could be literally suicidal to the point where that fan doesn't even know what's going to happen tomorrow. But every show, you're literally changing their life.
That is so cool.
I've
How
had
much
fans come up to
impact?
me and tell me that literally they were going to kill themselves. And then literally they came up and they said, if it wasn't for you and these guys, I literally would have taken my life. And they were thankful that we performed. They were thankful that we'd reach out to them. They were thankful that we'd call them. And they're like, you don't treat us like any of these other workers. You actually treat us like a friend.
And they are your friends.
Yeah.
It's real. Like, it's not like you're just like, oh, hey, buddy. No,
No.
you're genuine.
You actually care about the people that made you to who you are. You showed
You
them
have
the respect.
You have so much respect. Like when we met you, we were like, "Oh, dude!" And we got pictures with you, and you were just so like, all a little personal too. And it was just like, dude, this is so cool.
I actually care. Not a lot of people know that. But if you actually know me, like a few of the people that are on here that have commented so far, they actually know who I am. They actually know that I care.
Seth, were you going to say something?
I was just saying it's nice to go to events like that and meet the people that are personable, you know. I don't know, it was really great interaction at the show, you know. You don't get that from everybody.
And the next one, the Grand Prix, will probably be even more exciting, to see, because we've got kind of a feel for what you guys are about. Now we can really see more. I'm a fan. Like, I'm definitely a fan.
Yeah, I'm really excited for Grand Prix. That's going to be an awesome event.
I'm really loving Philip Campbell. Okay.
Okay, so let me tell you about Philip. Not
Philip
many people know this. Philip is actually Little Nasty Boy. Philip is actually Little Batista. Philip is the guy that got me into midget wrestling when nobody could ever believe that a tall guy like me would be in there. I am actually the largest midget in the world.
So you're
you
the
could
giant.
actually ask Philip. He actually gave me that name.
Daikini.
He opened the door to midget pro wrestling for me. That is my brother. I love that man with all my heart.
So Philip said something about 35 years looking up to people. That's my joke, man. I'm short too. I'm short too, Philip.
Just wait until you get little nasty in that ring. He'll show you the different tricks.
I definitely, Little Nasty, if you're interested in an interview, I would love to interview you. I'm very intrigued with the micro wrestling.
Which is Philip.
Okay.
So I definitely recommend you reach out to Philip because that man can tell you stories.
I would love to train, dude. I would love to train. I'm 4'7". I could do it, right? You have to have
that guy could teach you story. He will pave the way and open doors for you just because you are a midget as well. Like I said, you got one streak that nobody else has in this business. You being a midget, you could actually go far.
Yeah, I am training to ref first.
So I definitely recommend to reach out to Philip because Philip, which is AKA Little Nasty Boy, was actually my tag team partner at a show. His show actually got canceled. He drove all the way to Utah to come watch me wrestle, and then afterwards came and worked the show with me and was actually my tag team partner.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah. And not many people can honestly say that.
Is there footage online of that?
There's photos everywhere online and everything like that.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
So anytime Philip and the midgets actually came into town, I made sure that I got my photo with them because I honestly love my brothers because I never knew when I was going to actually see them again. And the sad thing is, during the route, I've actually lost a few of them. So, and God rest their souls. Because Mike Hawk, I miss that guy every day.
Let's take one moment, just a moment of silence.
So Rampage.
Let's take one moment of silence for them.
No matter what.
Just one moment of silence, just in memory.
And then Eddie, one of the greatest guys you'll ever meet in this business. They always were there for me. And these were midget wrestlers, because the difference between actual wrestlers and midget wrestlers actually care about you. And if you can actually get in with them, they literally change your life to a different way. They open doors to a friendship and a bond that you'll have for the rest of your life. It's not about the pro wrestling, it's about a bond and a friendship that you have with them.
It's very special.
So, like I said, when you get a chance, reach out to Philip.
All right.
He can literally tell you things that it's unreal. And you also said you wanted to interview a midget pro wrestler. This is one of the guys I definitely recommend.
Let's start with Philip. Get in contact with us.
Little Nasty Boy, aka Mini Batista in the WWF or E, whatever they want to call it now.
Mini Batista. I'm
keep
gonna
up with
check
the
this
current
out.
product? Do
Jagger?
you keep up with the current
Yeah.
product? Oh, sorry.
You do?
I do what?
You keep up with the current product. Can you hear Seth okay?
Hell no, I don't keep up with the current product. The current product's garbage. If I'm going to watch anything, I'm going to watch midget wrestling, because those guys are more talented than anybody else. I learned what I learned from midget wrestlers. And if you actually go watch midget pro wrestling, and I'm going to be honest with you straight out, you go watch midget pro wrestling at the next Monday or the next Thursday or Friday or whatever they want to post their damn shows, go watch the fucking highlight that, one of these midget wrestlers did. And you'll see Seth Rollins do it. You'll see Batista do it. You'll see one of these guys do it. Yeah. Straight out.
So they're taking moves.
They take moves all the damn time. And you can ask Philip about that for a fact.
This is really interesting. What's one of the biggest moves that you've seen that they've taken?
The RKO.
Really?
It's actually done by Baby Jesus.
What? Is Baby Jesus pretty mad about that?
I don't know. Baby Jesus is amazing. I love Baby Jesus. No matter what.
That's cool. I'm really intrigued right now. This is cool. But the big brands like WWE, probably not even close to micro wrestling.
No, because if you look at pro wrestling today, it's a repeat of everything that they've already done. So if you go back to what they've done in the 80s, they're going to repeat it to another time. If they're doing it again, they're going to repeat again. So let's put it this way. Let's say we have John Cena and John Morrison in a match. They're wrestling each other, same moves, everything like that, over and over again. Now you turn around and go John Cena or Randy Orton in a match. Different moves, but the same shit.
It's just the same recycled moves.
Yep, but with a different opponent.
Huh. It's crazy. So, since you're opening up, is there anything else that you want to tell us tonight that nobody knows?
Nobody knows?
That nobody knows. Well, you don't have to be that crazy, but if you want to.
Things that nobody knows. Let's put it this way. Not many people know that my dad sold his house so I could become a pro wrestler.
What? Your dad is
Yeah.
cool as hell.
God rest his
Is he in
soul
one of
because
the,
he passed away 13 and a half years ago.
Is
But
he in
he
one of these
sold his
pictures?
house. So that picture that you posted, the very first one, is when I first started pro wrestling. With all
This
the
one.
other photos that I sent you, yeah, that was
Who's
when I
this?
first ever started pro wrestling. That was when I was in Mexico for AAA
Okay.
wrestling. Not many people know that I actually had the opportunity to go to Mexico and actually travel with a Barrio Boy. So that's who that
Damn.
is. I really
Damn.
don't tell anybody anything anymore online because if you hop on Facebook, all it is a bunch of drama and motherfuckers that just want to bash everybody to try to better themselves. But the moment that you keep silent, you actually go places. So
Mm.
before I was keeping silent and I was going places. Now that I'm keeping silent again, I'm doing things that nobody knows. That's when I first started.
Okay.
Again, there's a lot of people and everything like that. I'm like young and half the guys in there were like the very first crew that brought pro wrestling to pro wrestling, but
I'm looking
half
for
of
you in
them
this
weren't.
picture. So are you in the middle, in the very middle, right next to the guy in the tux?
Yeah,
Or okay, that's you?
which is a
Okay.
good friend of mine, Jamin Chimiki, that passed away. If you actually
Mm.
got the opportunity to interview him, you would literally be blown away. He was one of the guys that was there when Utah Pro Wrestling was created
Oh,
in
wow.
1999.
And who
So
is
there's a
this?
few pictures in there. And then that was my very second show that I ever did with which was with Superfly Jimmy Snuka.
Nice.
So if you look, I'm a lot skinnier because I was a drug addict back then. Also, back in
How
the
old are you
day,
in this picture?
I was 18 years old.
So when you say drug addict, was it
I
like
was 18.
years of addiction or was it experimentation?
Honestly, I don't even remember
Hmm,
because I'm a whole lot happier not even doing it.
that's dope. That's cool.
But
Very
like I
proud of
said,
you.
if I would have known about the photos, I would have sent you so many different things.
It's okay. I just came up with the idea at the end because you were sending me photos, and I was like, let's get him up here.
Yeah,
But so I know you have a lot of like you're really happy with everything that you've done. You're really happy where you are. What do you think was your biggest accomplishment, your best night, like, or you know what I mean, like your best ring match? Like, what is that one thing that stands out
my
that
biggest
you?
accomplishment was getting the opportunity to get to do a tryout with Impact Wrestling and actually getting to know that I was worthy enough to be on their level. So I got told that I had everything there, but I was missing one thing. And that one thing was the attitude.
Hmm.
And when I was actually blown away, I was shocked because my attitude was I thought I was better than everybody else because I got to work with Hulk Hogan's crew. I got to work with, my friend Little Nasty Boy. I got to work with everybody else that I thought that I was better than everybody. And come to find out, I'm no better than anybody else. It took me a long time to realize that.
Yeah. Nobody's any better than anyone. And some people are better at things, but it doesn't make them better. Everybody's equal. I love that. So we have a lot of you have a lot of fans here and probably colleagues, other workers.
Well, I
I
appreciate their support.
I do too, and I've shared this on a bunch of different pages. I shared it on your personal page too for you during this interview, so that people can watch this as well. Um, and I want to
One
thank.
person I'm really thankful for that's been around in this business for a while and actually got to see something is Bam.
I'm very
I'm
thankful
very
for her
thankful and
too.
blessed for that person.
She has the biggest heart, like the biggest heart. She is the toughest soul and one of the most amazing
She's a
friends. I
great
love her.
person.
Yes. Shout out to Bam Bam, or AKA Ashley, and shout out to Darren. And also, I just want to say Seth had to hop off. He's taking care of his daughter. So it's
That's
understandable,
fine.
Seth. And thank you for getting on, Seth. We
Thank
appreciate
you,
you.
Seth, for everything. I appreciate the
Yeah.
time that you did spend, brother.
And if you are able to comment and ask another question, do it, or send me a text and I'll ask for you. Normally we have the whole team. Unfortunately, ZJ's at work and Sunny's having some tech issues. So, it is what it is. It's cool.
So check this out. Since I have a lot to offer, I say we do round 2 coming soon with the team.
I say we do too. I say I would love to just get you one again and anytime you want. And we're not done with this interview yet. I have a
No,
lot of
there's a lot
questions
more to
now.
offer.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot more. Um, so that's your biggest moment?
My
That was
biggest
your biggest
moment
moment?
was getting the opportunity to wrestle. Well, not wrestle, but literally get the opportunity to go try out for Impact Wrestling. My biggest moment was my dream coming true and becoming a pro wrestler. Because I told myself at the age of 7 years old, I was going to be a pro wrestler. Everybody laughed at me, told me that it was never going to happen. And still from this day, they shit bricks that I'm still doing it from this day. I have so many workers that want to try to cut me out of this business and still try, but in all reality, I'm not leaving. You want me gone? Let's do a death match. Let's see who survives. Because I'm one tough son of a bitch. And if you've seen my workout plans and you've seen half the shit that I go through,
I haven't
I'll
seen your
literally
workout
get up and beat
plans.
your ass.
Do you post your workout plans?
I do on Instagram.
What? I want to see this. I haven't seen it. We're Instagram buddies. Like,
In my
I'm curious.
story, I post workout every single day besides Sunday.
I need to follow up with this. I don't see it. Sorry. But, do you train people?
I do.
How much does it usually cost?
It just depends on the person.
Really? Would
Sometimes I
I
don't
would
even
I get
charge them.
half price?
Is it because you're a midget?
Right. I'm starting to train a little more. So just for fun. But it would be really
Like,
cool to watch your stuff and maybe imitate you and then I'll just be buff and tough
there was one of the
and
guys that
walk up.
actually was at the last show. He's like, he does something with Darren, and he turned around and goes, I want to train. And Darren's like, reach out to Jagger. He can teach you. And I felt privileged because he he actually offered, me training that guy.
That
I
is
was like, well,
cool.
good to know. I mean, I've
Mhm.
trained people before. I've done things before, but it's kind of hard because most people don't ever want to come to training. Nobody ever wants to do anything. Most people think that they're better than everybody. I've been to trainings where there was only one guy that showed up out of
What?
like the whole roster. Or I've
I
been to
know a lot of
trainings
people that
where
will go,
I have only been there and nobody else show up.
okay, I know our team wants to train. The 801 Ring Talk. We've been talking about it. We just want to have fun. And I'm really encouraging ZJ and Sunny.
So check this out. Next show, when it's set up and you guys are there, I'll teach you some stuff.
Oh, hell yeah. We'll be there early. We'll be there all day. So sounds good.
Sounds good. So next time you're there, I'll teach you some stuff.
Hell
And I
yeah.
mean, the crazy thing is, I'm not going to teach you over and
Hear
over
that,
again.
guys?
We're not going to lock up 20 times and be like, okay. No, I'm going to lock up with you like maybe a few times, teach you to lock up, then teach you different things from there. Nobody wants to learn a lock up 20 fucking times every practice. This is why people get bored.
I didn't know people got
Nobody
bored.
wants to suplex somebody 30 times each training. This is why they don't want to come to training.
Because they don't want to practice?
Well, they don't want to get suplexed 30 fucking times and then
Well,
just
don't
be
you?
like, okay, it's not that hard. Like, literally. I train with fucking MMA fighters a lot. So you're going to tell me the shit that I do when I'm not wrestling?
I just hired one today.
Nice. I know a lot of them.
That's cool. Yeah. Yeah, she's pretty cool. Over at my job, I hired her. I was like, you were an MAA? Or she's a fighter still. She's just kind of like not as big as she was when she was younger, but I'm like, you're hired. Let's go.
Like my buddy Juggernaut, the guy that you posted on that little reel video. Yeah, Juggernaut. So he just does bare fist knuckle fighting. His wife is actually makeup artist for AEW.
Oh, wow. That would be so fun.
So yeah, like I said, I don't sit here and say who I know or what I know or anything like that. I'm just, yeah.
So you've been in, let me count up the numbers. Okay. About 30 years or more.
About 30 years.
That's cool. 31. When did you start? When you were 18?
Started when I was 18. I have the receipt to prove the day that I started, and the first payment was $1,000.
What? Damn. Was that part of the house that was sold?
That was at the training school for Steve Gatorwolf.
Wow.
So if you ask Darren about Steve Gatorwolf, he'll tell you some stories about Steve.
We'll have to get Darren up here again sometime. I had Darren and Bam Bam a couple months ago before the Armageddon.
Yeah, so, watch that. This is a good show.
Are you going to be part of Grand Prix?
What is Grand Prix?
That's the event that's coming up February 20th.
Oh, the next show that's coming up?
Yes.
I'll be a part of it. Don't worry.
Okay.
I'll be a part of it.
So,
even if you don't see my face on a flyer, I will be there and I will be a part of it. So the one thing about me is I don't need my face on a fucking flyer to be at a show. I will be at the fucking show.
Well,
I'm
that's
still
why I
going to be
asked, because
performing.
you're not on the flyer. Oh, it's
just because
down.
I'm not on the flyer doesn't mean anything.
Everybody, we have a pretty good show coming up. We have Rhino, Miranda Gordy, Austin Aries, and many, many more. And
I got to go get my revenge against Brad Landing.
Oh, yeah? What?
Yeah, with the brass knuckles into my face. Not once, but twice.
Really? Damn. Well.
And on top of it, he wanted to put me in a casket, if you remember. So it ain't that hard to get a casket. Just takes 24 hours to actually do it. I can make a few phone calls and get a casket.
Bring it in.
Oh, yeah.
Throw him in there. I'll grab his feet.
Turn around and call him midget power.
Yeah, I'll come up with a hammer and nails. Now I'm in there. So yeah, everybody like come out to the next event. You'll see some action.
Just definitely support no matter where you're at. Always support and definitely support local pro wrestlers because no matter what, we're going to support you.
Exactly. That's cool. That makes me feel special. It makes fans feel special knowing that you support us too. You know? And 801 Ring Talk will be there and we'll try and get the live event as best as we can. It gets pretty loud in there, but we'll get some good footage. It'll be fun. So, Jagger Lane, we're about to close this up. Is there anything else that you would like to say or anybody you would like to thank besides everyone else you've thanked and besides thanking us?
So the biggest one I want to thank that I left out that I should have thanked since day one, but I had to leave the best for last. I want to thank everyone on 801 Ring Talk for giving me the opportunity to come, tell my story, tell everything what I had to say, and also do round 2 coming up very fucking soon. I promise you that. Because
Definitely.
there's a lot more that you all need to know on the guy with the other people that started Utah Pro Wrestling. Because not many people know the true story. So we're going to reveal everything before this motherfucker dies. And we're going to release the true shit. So
Okay.
everybody knows the actual truth. And I don't want no favoritism from anybody. I just want to give them the actual truth and the respect that everybody else deserves. So thank you, 801 Ring Talk, for knowing shit that nobody else knows in this world.
Thank you. That means a lot. And that's what 801 Ring Talk is about. We're about the shit, the real shit, and the real truth, and really what's going down. We also love kayfabe too.
Kayfabe's dead.
What?
Oh yeah, Kayfabe died way back in the day after DX fucked it up with Kevin Nash and fucking Scott Hall and everybody else.
I don't know. I've seen some pretty talented people.
I guarantee Kayfabe's dead.
Everything's definitely real when you see everything. And kayfabe is fun though. I see it in WWE a little bit.
To a point.
Yeah. But yeah, so we're about the realness and this is the real shit. And chapter 2 will be coming up for Jagger Lane. Everybody, thank you for watching. And I've got something going on, a little message. Mr. Crow, he said, so sorry I had to go be a dad. And he's going to hop back on when he's done. So sorry that we're closing up the interview, Seth, and thank you for hopping on. All right. Thank you.
Well, let me say something to Seth before that ends. Seth, the most important thing in this world is your family, and your kids come first out of anything in this world. So you stepping away gave me more respect for you than anybody else in this. So you go be a father and you go take care of what you need because your kids come first. What about my son
bringing me a feast? Sorry I had to eat. But my
you
son,
definitely got to eat.
I had to eat, especially this feast. I want to thank my son for his awesomeness and bringing me dinner. That was cool as hell. Family comes first. Family's number one.
Family comes first.
And I hope your son is doing good. I hope he's happy every day, and I hope that every single day you have with him is just the best.
I appreciate that. When I share more photos with you, I'll definitely send one over.
Okay. Does he watch your wrestling?
He was actually part of the show that I did for this. So he was actually a part of the event.
Nice. What did he do?
He actually wrestled one of the mascots. So we had all the mascots from the Jazz Bear, all the way from the Rio Tinto Lion to um, the Maverick Center Bear, whatever the hockey guy is. I'll have
Okay,
to
yeah.
send you the photo so you can see it. But we
That's
had
so
every
cool.
mascot there, and the mascots actually wrestled the kids with terminal disease. And it was a
Wow.
private event. Nobody knew about it. And the only people that were actually a part of it were the people that we brought into it, because it was a very secret hush hush event. And we didn't want to bring anybody else a part of it because we wanted to give these kids the opportunity to live out a dream.
That's amazing. That's so
So
so I bet your son looks up to you big time.
definitely, because he's going to be more impressed when I do round 2 with Make a Wish very soon. Something that
And
nobody knows either.
that's sick. That's cool. Make a wish.
And this is round 2.
Wow. That's exciting. We're going to have to talk about this on your next interview.
Like I said, I have things that most people don't even know. Things that I don't even post because there's so much drama on social media that I'd rather keep things silent and just go day by day. And
Yeah,
after having my son, it made me realize a whole lot more. So definitely. Maybe
I'm
next
sure.
time my daughter and my son can come join me on this show.
That would be amazing. We would love that.
So
Let's do it. Let's do it next time and get pictures together and everything. Like, just get as much information you want. We can put it up. Videos. If you send me videos, I can put them up on the interview.
I can send you videos of them actually wrestling.
Oh, yeah. That would be cool. Yeah,
Yeah,
just
in an actual ring against the mascots.
dang. I bet they had so much fun.
They had a blast. Like I
That's what
said, I was
matters.
supposed to be at a private event today for the mascots, but the family got sick and I got sick, so we couldn't actually be there.
Well, I hope you guys feel better
Thank you.
and you're all in good health, and we'll definitely see you soon. And
Thank you so much for everything. I appreciate it.
thank
I
you.
can't thank you enough. And I
I'm
can't thank your
now
team enough for
I'm
actually
now
doing everything and
way
putting this together.
I'm a way bigger fan right now. So, thank you.
We'll
This
definitely
really
talk
was one
more.
of my favorite interviews. Appreciate you. And we'll talk more.
Definitely.
All
Don't
right.
forget to check out the Instagram reel. I mean story.
I'm on it every day. I'm going to start. If you guys see me like all like pumped up like Jagger, you'll be like, "What's your secret, Medusi?" And I'll be like,
Well, if you need a workout routine, just hit me up and let me know. I'll come up with a plan.
"Oh hell yeah.
Free of
That sounds
charge.
cool." Cool.
Free of
Thank you.
charge.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Just free. Not everything's free. Hey, what's up? ZJ just hopped on before we're hopping off. Hey, he said he'll train us at the next event. Are you excited, ZJ?
I don't
I'm
see
freaking
CJ on
excited.
there.
ZJ? Oh, Zachary Johnson just said, "Much love, guys.
Oh, there he
Coworkers
is.
love this." Yeah. He's like, "Yeah. Yeah, we're all gonna train. This is gonna be fun." And I get to beat you up, ZJ. Haha, just kidding. I don't try to beat him up
Actually, you guys
ever.
got to beat me up first,
I
and
don't ever
then you get
try
to
to
beat him up.
I don't ever try to beat up ZJ. Ever. Never. It's never been on camera. Mm-mm. He's never been. Yep, it's gym time, ZJ. You better get ready. I'll compete. No. No, I appreciate you. This is going to be fun. And I will definitely hit you up about the workouts because I want to do new stuff. So what is, yes, I do what? I wish you could get up here, ZJ. Just for a minute. We don't have to end. It's a free country. Oh shit. He's telling on me. I have to keep my team in line. That's all I'm saying.
Your team's amazing.
My catchphrase is, "What'd you say?" And then, no. All right, I'm not telling the truth, am I? Yeah.
The moment I met your team, they were actually really humble. They were real motherfuckers. They actually cared. They had an open heart, and you can see the realness in them. Without them even speaking a word, you could feel it. So
all
that's
four
how
of us,
real I knew they were.
Okay, all four of us together become a superpower of that. And that's why we're doing this. We're all just like homies, and we just, whatever we want to create, we create. Whoever we need to support, we're there in a heartbeat, and we have a lot of good shit going down. So thank you. Thanks for seeing that.
You're welcome.
And yeah, we were like little kids in a candy store at that event. I don't know if you saw, and then
I saw.
we were just like, I was having so much fun. And I need more ref training because I lost it and slapped Darren.
I'll help you with that the next show. I promise.
And he flew, and I was surprised. I didn't realize I had that much strength. Did you see that slap?
I did. You pretty much laid him out.
And I was not even in the ring.
I know, you're outside of the ring.
I was outside ref. But yeah, I still need more practice. I'd like to be able to slap somebody and have them fly across the room, or slap them out of a ring. And just real quick, my little sister, she is so badass. She doesn't do it anymore, but we have tall brothers and sisters too. It's either you're tall or short in our family. And she would pick up my little brother on her back and flip him down on the ground. And I'm always asking her, teach me. She's like, I can't. I'm not going to teach you. So I want to learn stuff like that. So if you can help me, I'm definitely going to be there.
Next show, I'll teach you some stuff.
Cool. Yeah, there's so much to talk about. Too much. I can't wait.
We'll definitely catch up.
And I appreciate everybody commenting and watching. We have gone over an hour. Damn, I did not expect that. Usually it's, a good 45 minutes or so. So thank you. Appreciate that. And
told you there's a lot more to come out.
All right. Well, let's all say goodbye. And I was just playing the moves like Jagger. That doesn't sound like moves like Jagger, does it?
No. We'll just play whatever and actually end it.
That was the end. So I did pull up a metal cover, moves like Jagger, for you. What do you have this one as your theme song when you walk in the ring? Or do you have the other version?
I have whatever they came up with because for some odd reason, somebody came up with the name Jagger Lane, gave it to me, thought it would actually hit. It stuck. The crowd loved it. Then Maroon 5 actually came up with a song called Moves Like Jagger. And then the whole crowd started playing it, and a little girl came up to me with the CD and said, "Hey, I want you to use this." And ever since then, it's stuck.
Okay,
And as
well,
much as I've tried to change it, it won't change.
do you like metal?
I love metal, but
This is Leapfrog Studios, and he does a lot of different covers. And I love this one. And we're gonna end with this song.
bring it to the next show, and we'll use that one instead.
All right, and I can personally talk to this guy. He's huge. He comes from somewhere in Norway, I think, is where he lives. But I'll try and get permission. I'll get a hold of him. And also, do you want to hear my theme song before we go? I have permission
Go for it.
by
I'll send you the music video that I actually did way back when.
Okay. And just real quick, this is America's Most Haunted gave me permission to use this when I walk in the ring. You got to hear this. This is my favorite song, and it's so me. Anyways, yeah. I have
so the music video that I'm gonna send you, actually, I have all rights to that song.
Nice.
And that's actually my original ring, supposed to be original entrance music from a band that made the song for me.
Cool.
It was a tribute to my dad.
What song is it?
It's called One Last Breath by Autumn Eclipse.
I don't know if I remember that song.
I will send it to you.
Okay, I can't wait. And
it's a music video of a bunch of wrestlers that we did.
Okay, Philip, I really want to know.
And then you got to reach out to Philip.
I know. He said, "Great show, miss you, Jagger." So we have not ended. We're trying to end this, but you know what? This is too fun. This is too cool, you guys. I'm having way too much fun with Jagger Lane. We're gonna have to bring him back as soon as we can. Anytime you want, you just let me know, okay? But Philip, I would love to interview you as soon as possible. I'm also going to be interviewing Gage, and we're going to try and get some STF wrestlers, workers to get on some interviews before our next event. So keep that in mind, everybody. And I hope you all have an amazing night. And thank you again, Jagger Lane. You're badass.
Thank you all so much. I appreciate it.
And we appreciate you to the extreme.